I was supposed to go with it. I just opened, I opened the mind's eye, of my mind, and I started writing. Now, the way we're going to do this is kind of different. It's kind of unorthodox. And the reason why I say that is it's not exactly going to be me doing the reading on this. I'm going to read some of it. But I'm going to give it to you guys the best way I know how. I'm going to try to portray to you exactly what's going on in the storyline. Now, every good film, and I don't care what kind of film it is, has a plot that starts with a problem, and then you have a conflict, and then you have a resolution. Now, what you're dealing with in this particular film or script is all of the above, but you're dealing with it in a 3-part series. Okay? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take parts of it from where the stages are now. Okay? Where are the stages now? Now, I could read the beginning of the book and lead you into it, but I think you guys already know where the stages are. And if you don't, I don't know what to tell you. So let's take a look at this. Now, keep in mind, this is coming from a book that I wrote a long time ago before I was a believer, and there is some graphic language in here, and there is some graphic content. And I'm not proud of that. But it needs to be exposed, because you need to see in reality where we are in fiction. Because I think that's the only way to reach certain people. Alright? So, let's take a look at this from where it starts, where the revolution actually begins. Now, maybe we should go back to where the actual beginning starts. Now, there is a plot line here that builds, but I don't want to reveal it all to you because I think you guys should read it. So, let me get this ready. I'm going to put on a song real quick, okay, while I do this. And then you guys are going to hear first and foremost how this is going to play out. Okay? Now, the operation that starts this whole thing off is an operation called 68317. Now, these are random numbers, but they mean something in this story. They mean something. It's a code. Just like what's going on now, it's a code. So if you don't understand coding and you don't understand reality, or fiction for that matter, maybe you should tune out of this station, because for the next bit of time here, we are going to do this different. you guys are going to get a taste of the mind of DCH here and see exactly what's going on. Okay? So let me get a song up here and running, and I'm gonna play you a song off that album that we did. And this is one that you can find on one of my YouTube channels. It's called We Stand Tall. Okay? I'm gonna play this song for you, and then we're gonna go from there. Okay? So here we go with We Stand Tall. And then I'm going to get this set up for you guys so you can... sorry. Having some technical difficulties with the camera here. So, here we go.
Natural Reader has the ability to turn written text into
Keep
Okay, folks, welcome back to the program. And here we're gonna go. Now, now, what we should do, maybe, is go ahead and see exactly how this plays out. Now, what this is going to do is it's going to read the book kind of in script form. It's going to start from the beginning and work its way. So here we go. Okay? And I'm going to just let this play through. This is going to be a new theme for Thursdays. Okay? So here it goes.
Call to War Part 1, The Threat to Freedom. I, David C. Hutto, copyright 2006 to 2009, dedicated to my daughter Angela and my son Zachary. May you always have.
Okay, apparently this is kind of crazy, man. Kind of crazy. So, it's not exactly playing out the way I want to. I don't want it to do the speak and spell kind of reading. Because I don't feel like that is where you guys need. You need actual inflection. You need actual, what the hell was I thinking? Using a computer program to do a actor's job. Stupid. Right? Totally. So here we go. Here we go. We're going to just go ahead and take it from the top here. And I'm going to go ahead and read you from Call to War, The Threat to Freedom, the advanced script. Okay? From where it starts. Okay? Now, okay, this chapter is when everything starts off. Okay? And the way it's going to work is I'm going to read it to you, okay? And it may not come as a natural thing. And it may come natural. I have no idea because it depends on how crazy I get with this thing and how it's going to go. But that's just the way it is sometimes. So here it is. And for those of you, like I said, are afraid of graphic language and might get offended by this, I apologize. But again, this book was written before I was a believer in Christ. And it comes from a soldier's point of view. Chapter 8, Inauguration Day. At red dawn, blood was spilt last night. Denver, Colorado, 0600 Mountain Standard Time. The phone rings at Savage's residence. Supreme Commander Savage, however, is in a drunken slumber, so it continues to ring. Jennifer answers the phone and greets the caller. Savage residence, this is Captain Jennifer Savage speaking. At St. Perry's Hospital, Vice Commander Clemens nervously fidgets with the communicator and asks, "Are you okay?" Jennifer replies, "Yes, sir. But we have 5 unidentified soldiers in our home. Are you okay, Randy?" Clemens is still in shock, and there's some silence on the other end. He then gathers his wits together and tells her the horrifying nightmare. "I was wounded," he reports. "My son is fine. My wife and daughter are in critical condition, and I had them transferred to the command ship." "Jennifer, I really need to talk to Frank. Can you put him on?" Jennifer stands up and says, "Sure. Let me try to wake him." We had a hell of a night, too. They hit us as well, and Mindy was hit in the arm. She should recover, though. For those of you who don't know, Mindy Savage is Frank and Jennifer's daughter. Okay? Now, of course, you guys could buy the book. I will put the link up in the sidebar for where you can get the book. Okay? Jennifer takes the cordless handset into the living room where Supreme Commander Savage is sleeping on the couch. She nudges him and he snaps awake. He is disoriented and very disheveled. Whoa, what the? Who the? Jennifer hands him the phone and says, "It's Randy Clemens, honey. He needs to talk to you right away." Supreme Commander Savage kisses her and says, "Thank you, sweetheart. I'll take it from here." He takes the phone from his wife and tries to shake the grogginess of his scotch-permeated mind. "What is our situation, Randy?" he asks. Clemens answers him in dismay. The attackers managed to do large amounts of damage to the computer equipment on the base last night. They destroyed the servers and the main computer console in addition to some very important workstations. The only way we will be able to monitor anything is through our mobile systems or from the command ship. On top of that, Major Cross is in critical condition on board the command ship. My wife and daughter are there as well. We have no freaking clue as to what hit us. Supreme Commander Savage shakes his head and punches the pillow on the couch and says 2 words: Van Buren. This reeks of his handiwork. We have to find him before the inauguration or it may be too late. Where are you, Randy? Vice Commander Clemens answers him. I'm still in the hospital waiting to be discharged. From here, I will be heading to the command ship where they are operating on my wife and daughter. Supreme Commander Savage begins giving him orders calmly. Once you find out your wife and daughter's status, I want you on the bridge. Prepare the ship for departure. I want you to do an intel sweep of all of our systems. I want to know how deep this goes, and I want to know it as fast as possibly you can discover it. If Van Buren touches a keyboard, a phone, or any other device, I want to know about it. Also monitor the planet for any strange troop movements. We need to know their intentions right now. Vice Commander Clemens winces in pain as he moves his bum shoulder and asks, "Where are you going to be, sir?" Savage replies, "My family and I will be here until we will be ready for transport to the command ship. Just be sure the transporter comes for us no later than 1430 hours Mountain Standard Time, or we could be in dire trouble. I would take the shuttle earlier, but we still have lots of items to go through and things to investigate. And Randy, I can't express in words how sorry I am about your family. I'm sure they will be all right." Vice Commander Clemens replies, "Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I am absolutely sure they will be. And I will give you the situation reports as I get them." Supreme Commander Savage stands up and says, "Thank you, Randy. Savage out." Vice Commander Clemens chokes back some of his emotion and says, "Thank you, sir. We'll talk to you soon." Clemens hangs up the phone, winces, and stands, brushing his injured arm against a chair he was sitting on. He follows 2 Marines who are pushing his wife and daughter's stretchers down a hallway to a flight pad on the roof of the hospital. His son is waiting for him in the command shuttle. They all sit inside as the doors close and the shuttle's engines charge to a full roar lifting them off the roof of the hospital. They disappear in the clouds in the early morning sky. In Colorado, Savage checks on Mindy, who is sound asleep in her bed. The bandage on her arm is soaked through with blood from last night's gunfight. He gently removes the bandage and checks his stitching that he did. She gradually wakes up, alarmed, and asks, "Dad, what are you doing?" He smiles down at her. "I'm checking to see if the stitching has remained intact. You don't want them to reopen, do you?" Mindy looks at him in disbelief and answers him, "Well, no, Dad, but don't you think I should see a doctor? What if this gets infected?" Supreme Commander Savage reassures her and says, "Have no fear. You will see a doctor once we get on the command ship." Mindy looks at him with panic in her eyes. "So what? So what? Are we evacuating? What about Susan? What about my friends?" "They will all be evacuated too. Don't worry about a thing, honey. We will be taken care of." "Dad, what about the academy?" "We will continue to train no matter the event. We we have to work especially hard now that war is imminent." Okay, I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to stop right here and say, well, what if war was imminent? What if war was imminent?